We all know that feeling. When someone's words sting, when plans don't go as expected, when the world around us feels out of control. Most of us respond by clenching tighter, trying to fix, manage, or influence everything around us. But what if the secret to peace wasn't about doing more, but letting go? In the Let Them theory, Mel Robbins introduces a powerful yet simple mindset. Let them. Let them judge. Let them rush. Let them be who they are, while you choose how to respond. This isn't about apathy or passivity, but about reclaiming your energy, setting healthy boundaries, and finding freedom in acceptance. Today, we're diving into this transformative theory, unpacking how letting go can actually give you more control over your mind, your emotions, and your life. If you're ready to break free from the exhausting cycle of control and finally breathe easier, you won't want to miss this. Let's get into it. The Let Them theory, number 1. Stop wasting your life on things you can't control. In this opening chapter, Mel Robbins addresses a fundamental truth. Much of our stress and dissatisfaction stem from trying to control the uncontrollable. Whether it's other people's actions, unexpected life events, or societal pressures, we often find ourselves tangled in frustration over things outside our influence. Robbins introduces the concept of radical acceptance, not as a form of surrender, but as a way to reclaim our mental and emotional energy. She shares relatable anecdotes and practical strategies for recognizing when we're fighting a losing battle and how to redirect that energy toward things within our control, like our mindset, choices, and reactions. A key takeaway here is the powerful shift from, "Why is this happening to me?" to "What can I do with this?" A subtle yet transformative change that sets the stage for the entire Let Them philosophy. Number 2. Getting started. Let them plus let me. This chapter delves deeper into the practical application of the Let Them mantra. Robbins introduces a two-part approach: let them and let me. Let them. Allow others to be who they are without trying to change them. This doesn't mean you accept bad behavior or ignore boundaries. It means you acknowledge that other people's actions are a reflection of them, not of you. Let me. This part is about reclaiming your own autonomy. What do you need? How do you want to respond? This shift empowers you to act from a place of intention rather than reaction. Robbins uses vivid examples, such as dealing with a critical family member or managing workplace dynamics, to illustrate how this approach can transform everyday situations. She encourages readers to practice self-awareness and self-compassion, reminding us that letting go isn't a weakness but a strength. You and the Let Them theory, managing stress, number 3. Shocker. Life is stressful. Stress is inevitable. This is a fact Robbins doesn't shy away from. Instead of offering empty platitudes, she tackles the harsh reality head-on. Life throws curveballs, and stress is often the result of resisting these realities. Robbins breaks down how much of our stress comes from expectations, how things should be versus how they are. She offers practical tools like reframing techniques and mindfulness practices to help shift our perspective and reduce the internal struggle against external stressors. Number 4. Let them stress you out. This chapter introduces a counterintuitive idea: let them stress you out. But the twist lies in how you interpret it. Instead of taking stress personally, Robbins suggests observing it as a signal. When someone stresses you out, it often reveals your own triggers and unhealed wounds. Rather than react immediately, Robbins advises a pause, a moment to reflect on why you're feeling the way you do. Is it a boundary being crossed? An expectation not met? By letting them stress you out, but only as a mirror, you gain insight into yourself and can choose a more thoughtful response. Fearing other people's opinions, number 5. Let them think bad thoughts about you. People will always have opinions, and not all of them will be positive. Robbins emphasizes that fearing these opinions is a prison of our own making. She introduces the liberating idea that other people's thoughts are none of our business. Through candid stories and powerful analogies, Robbins highlights how much energy we waste trying to manage how others see us. She challenges readers to shift from seeking validation externally to building self-assurance internally. The chapter offers practical exercises to break free from approval-seeking habits and develop a resilient, self-contained sense of worth. Number 6. How to love difficult people. Loving difficult people doesn't mean tolerating toxic behavior. Instead, Robbins reframes it as loving with boundaries. She explains how practicing empathy and understanding, while keeping clear limits, can transform relationships. She provides specific strategies for maintaining your peace when dealing with challenging personalities, whether it's a colleague, family member, or even a stranger. The focus is on detachment with love, caring for others without losing yourself. Dealing with someone else's emotional reactions. Number 7. When grown-ups throw tantrums, we often expect maturity from adults, but the truth is, emotional outbursts aren't limited to children. Robbins shares eye-opening insights into why grown-ups throw tantrums, often rooted in unmet needs, insecurities, or past traumas. Instead of getting sucked into their storm, Robbins advises grounding yourself. She shares techniques like anchoring, visualizing a calm place, or focusing on your breath to remain steady when others lose control. This chapter is full of practical tips on how to respond, or not respond, to someone else's emotional volatility, ensuring you maintain your own emotional balance. Number 8. The right decision often feels wrong. This final chapter tackles one of life's toughest lessons. Just because a decision feels uncomfortable doesn't mean it's the wrong choice. Growth often involves stepping into discomfort. Robbins explains how the let them theory can guide us through tough decisions, whether it's ending a relationship, setting a boundary, or pursuing a difficult goal. She reassures readers that discomfort is often a sign of progress, not failure. Through thoughtful examples and encouraging words, Robbins leaves us with a powerful reminder. The path to peace is not always smooth, but it's always worth it. Overcoming chronic comparison. Number 9. Yes, life isn't fair. Mel Robbins tackles the uncomfortable truth. Life doesn't hand out fairness evenly. Instead of sugarcoating this reality, she encourages embracing it. Comparison often stems from the misguided belief that life should be fair. But Robbins argues that releasing this expectation is the first step to freedom. She shares stories of people who turn their focus inward, shifting from, "Why don't I have that?" to "What can I create with what I have?" This chapter emphasizes acceptance and gratitude as powerful antidotes to envy and resentment. Number 10. How to make comparison your teacher. Rather than demonizing comparison, Robbins reframes it as a tool for growth. She introduces the idea of productive comparison, using what you admire in others as inspiration rather than a measure of your own inadequacy. She offers practical exercises, like journaling prompts and reflective questions, to transform feelings of jealousy into curiosity. By asking yourself, "What does this trigger reveal about my desires?" you turn comparison into a guide that points you toward your own goals. Your relationships and the let them theory. Mastering adult friendship. Number 11. The truth no one told you about adult friendship. Navigating adult friendships can feel like walking a tightrope. Robbins unpacks the hidden complexities, busy schedules, shifting priorities, and the sometimes uncomfortable reality that friendships aren't always as deep or reciprocal as we'd like. She introduces the let them approach as a way to manage expectations and avoid overextending yourself. By allowing friends to be where they are, without forcing closeness or expecting constant engagement, you preserve your peace and avoid unnecessary disappointment. Number 12. Why some friendships naturally fade. Friendships, like seasons, change. Robbins offers a compassionate perspective on why some friendships fade over time, emphasizing that it's often a natural progression rather than a failure. She encourages letting go with gratitude, acknowledging the role a person played in your life, while also accepting when it's time to move on. Her practical advice includes setting gentle boundaries and practicing acceptance to navigate these transitions with grace. Number 13. How to create the best friendships of your life. This chapter is a guide to building and maintaining fulfilling friendships. Robbins flips the script from finding the right friends to being the right friend. She emphasizes authenticity, vulnerability, and reciprocity as the foundations of deep connections. Practical tips include initiating honest conversations, showing up consistently, and letting go of the need to control the pace or depth of a friendship. Robbins shares real-life examples of how being genuinely yourself attracts the kind of friendships you deserve. Motivating other people to change. Number 14. People only change when they feel like it. This chapter is a reality check for anyone who's ever tried to fix someone else. Robbins asserts that change is an inside job. No amount of external pressure or persuasion can force someone to transform. She shares insights into why people resist change and how they let them approach can actually create a healthier space for change to happen organically. By stepping back and letting them be, you allow them the freedom to reach their own conclusions and make their own choices. Number 15. Unlock the power of your influence. While you can't force change, you can influence it. Robbins highlights how living by example, showing the benefits of a particular behavior or mindset, can be far more effective than direct advice. She explains how to use subtle influence techniques, like sharing your own experiences without imposing, and creating environments that naturally encourage growth. The key takeaway is that true influence is quiet, patient, and rooted in respect for the other person's autonomy. Helping someone who is struggling. Number 16. The more you rescue, the more they sink. Rescuing sounds noble, but Robbins warns against the rescuer trap. When you constantly step in to save someone, you may actually be enabling them to remain stuck. She offers strategies for setting healthy boundaries and knowing when to step back. Instead of rescuing, Robbins suggests offering support in ways that empower the person to find their own strength, such as asking guiding questions or simply holding space for them to express themselves. Number 17. How to provide support the right way. This chapter builds on the previous one, focusing on what true support looks like. Robbins introduces the concept of active listening, being present without jumping to solutions. She provides practical tips, like using phrases such as, "I'm here for you," instead of "you should do this." By offering validation and empathy rather than unsolicited advice, you create a safe space where real healing can begin. Choosing the love you deserve. Number 18. Let them show you who they are. When it comes to romantic relationships, Robbins encourages a watch and learn approach. Instead of projecting your hopes onto someone, let them reveal their true nature over time. She emphasizes the importance of data collection in relationships, noticing patterns of behavior and letting actions speak louder than words. This helps avoid the trap of idealizing partners and builds a foundation of realistic, grounded love. Number 19. How to take your relationship to the next level. Robbins offers practical advice for deepening intimacy and connection in relationships. The focus here is on vulnerability, sharing your true self, and inviting your partner to do the same. She introduces exercises for open communication, setting shared goals, and creating rituals that strengthen the bond. The "let them" philosophy applies here too, letting your partner be themselves while cultivating a safe and nurturing space for growth. Number 20. How every ending is a beautiful beginning. The book closes with a powerful perspective on endings, not just in romantic relationships, but in all areas of life. Robbins reframes endings as opportunities for renewal. She encourages readers to embrace the natural cycle of life, where every closing chapter paves the way for something new. Through poignant stories and thoughtful insights, Robbins leaves us with a sense of hope and a reminder that letting go is not about loss, but about making room for new beginnings. Final reflection. The let them theory isn't just a method for managing stress or difficult people. It's a philosophy for living a life with more freedom, acceptance, and joy. By choosing what to hold on to and what to release, you craft a life that aligns with your values and brings you true peace. Conclusion. Your Let Me era is here. In the final chapter, Mel Robbins ties everything together with a powerful call to action, stepping into your Let Me era. Throughout the book, the Let Them theory has been about releasing control over others and focusing on your inner peace. Now, Robbins challenges readers to take it a step further, not just letting others be, but fully embracing who you are meant to be. She emphasizes that the Let Me era is about permission. It's granting yourself the freedom to pursue your passions, set boundaries, and live authentically. Instead of worrying about what others think, you turn your attention inward and ask, What do I want? Robbins ends on a note of empowerment. She reminds readers that the journey isn't about perfection, but about progress. By letting go of the weight of external expectations, you create space for joy, creativity, and true fulfillment. Appendix: Practical applications of the Let Them theory. How to apply Let Them to parenting. Robbins introduces the Let Them approach to one of the most challenging roles, parenting. While parents often feel the need to guide, control, and sometimes micromanage, Robbins suggests a more balanced approach. The goal isn't to become a hands-off parent, but to recognize where influence ends and individuality begins. She offers practical tips, such as letting children make mistakes. Instead of always stepping in, allow kids to experience natural consequences. Fostering independence. Encourage decision-making and problem-solving. Practicing empathy over control. Instead of "you should do this," try "how do you feel about this?" By applying the Let Them theory to parenting, Robbins shows how parents can raise resilient, confident children who feel trusted and capable. How to apply Let Them to teams. The Let Them theory isn't just for personal relationships. It's also a powerful tool in professional settings. Robbins highlights how leaders can use this mindset to create healthier, more productive teams. Key strategies include letting team members take ownership. Allowing people to own their projects fosters accountability and innovation. Avoiding micromanagement. Trusting the process and giving team members the freedom to approach tasks their way. Encouraging open communication. Instead of directing every step, ask, "What are your thoughts?" Robbins emphasizes that Let Them in a team context is not about abandoning leadership, but about shifting from control to empowerment. It's about creating a culture where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Final thoughts. Mel Robbins leaves us with a powerful reminder. Life becomes infinitely lighter when you let go of what you cannot control. By applying the Let Them theory across all areas of life, from personal growth and relationships to parenting and leadership, you cultivate a mindset of peace and resilience. The journey is about shifting from "how do I manage this?" to "how do I respond to this?" And in that shift lies the freedom to live fully, unapologetically, and authentically. Thanks for tuning. I hope the Let Them theory has given you some powerful insights on how to embrace life with less stress and more freedom. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. What's one thing you're going to start letting go of today? If you're ready to take more steps toward living an empowered life, check out my other videos on self-development and mindset right here. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more content that'll help you create the life you deserve. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. I'll see you in the next one.